The Four VRChat Tenets. You could only find one of these in-game, but the rest of them are in the Discord, or in this very video. Consider yourself blessed to witness such things. The best way I could describe the tenets is being like a general rule of thumb list for VRChat. Hydrant's Law, for example, is the most crucial one that everybody should remember. So, Hydrant's Law dictates that if there's a person who is always mute, and they are consistently in female avatars and VR, it's nearly guaranteed that that person is a dude. Now, this law covers the people who are intentionally mute, and when I say intentionally, I mean whether they're lying about it or not. Like, the unintentional mutes would be like a new player who is so new that they don't even know how to get their microphone working. Now, I've personally run into people like this. I've had to actually teach them how to use their mic in this game. So, there are people like that, men and women. Those people do not count. Besides, like, once they finally learn how to start talking, they're no longer included in the law anyway, so the person we're talking about that applies to this law must be mute indefinitely. So, certain streamers come to mind, such as Oathmeal, Lanfear, and Chromia. And also, every single Rafflegator mute you see is a sweaty, hairy man. Let's be real. Look, I've been playing this game for a very long time. I've been through thousands and thousands of hours, and this law has never been wrong one single time. I have personally known two mutes who have lied for an entire year or two about their genders, and obviously they later came out to be trans. So trust me, this happens way more often than you think. Just please take my word for it and listen closely to what I'm about to say. Stop being so naive, okay? Open your eyes and understand that many people are going to lie to you on the internet. You are fooling yourself if you believe these people's like little pity stories about how they were born mute or they had like throat injuries or stuff like that. Don't listen to it. It's all nonsense, okay? These mutes, they claim to be women. In reality, they're male or trans. Let's be honest. So the only possible exceptions that I could think of would be like the people who are actually from like this game's deaf community and know sign language. And even maybe then I'm being too generous. Like I don't know too many of them, but I just say mark my words, if these mutes don't know sign language and they're not part of like a deaf community, they're 100% male or trans. Do not be deceived, okay? I cannot stress this law enough. There are way too many people who have fallen victim to such deception, okay? Please understand that these people are, in fact, hiding something, and it's almost always the gender. The second tenet, optics insight, refers to falling into like a bad crowd. Um, this is like a warning to people who wish to stay pure. If you find yourself regularly hanging out like a group of bad people, there's a very high chance that you will become like those bad people. So, this is a warning saying that if you hang around people like that, you will become desensitized to their ways. And again, most likely end up falling victim to it. So, for example, let's say there's just like a regular guy who plays, and he comes across a group of like a bunch of cross-gendering perverts, you know. Now, he hangs out with this group very often, and I think what's going to happen is one or two things, right? This person's morality is going to dull, and he's either going to accept the cross-gendering, or he himself is going to end up cross-gendering. He's just going to fall victim to it because of the group he's in. So this reminds me of a story I was once told where, pretty much a parallel really. Some guy came in and he was just a regular dude, used male avatars, classic, you know. He became friends with a large transgender group. Next thing you know, over the course of like, I don't know, weeks or a month, they convince him that he's a girl instead of a guy. So This regular, sane person fell victim to their twisted ideas and ended up joining them in their delusion. Now he thinks he's a girl, like, just because of a group of people he met. Anyway, to wrap up this tenet, it goes on to say that, like, the best way to prevent this kind of thing from happening is to completely cut away people like that. If you fully rebuke sin, you will not succumb to it. So, to quote ancient scripture, if you accept no exceptions, you will be safe. The third tenet, Kingpin's wisdom, was designed solely to aid in the conversion process. However, there isn't much converting going around these days, so it's not entirely relevant. But I still have to mention it. So when I say converting, I am referring to like helping someone change their sinful ways, such as getting a guy to use guy avatars instead of the female ones he normally uses. So Kingpin created this tenet after grinding away at these people for so damn long. And honestly, I say it's really good advice. It kind of goes like this, okay? So if you truly intend on helping people convert, um, you have to understand and know that people of like known rank or higher are almost guaranteed to fail in this conversion process. Like with their rank being high enough, it suggests that they've been playing long enough to already been corrupted by the other players. So this tenet suggests that prevention is the best method instead of a full-blown conversion later on. Now you're more than welcome to try converting these higher ranked players, but just know that you're probably wasting your time and effort, so don't forget Kingpin's wisdom. So, the fourth and final tenet, the Golden Rule. So, as of October 21st of 2021, I have officially decided to change the fourth tenet, the Golden Rule. It will retain its name, however, the rule is being changed to this. People use different avatars for different reasons. So, a person may use like a military style avatar for some specific reason compared to some guy using a half naked girl avatar for some other reasons. So, they're different avatars and there's different reasoning behind it. So you can't apply the same reasoning to different avatars. I have to make that very clear. I'm gonna let the other part play as far as breaking immersion goes, however, just to add some more content to the video. You sound like a guy, you should look like one, so just use only guy models, and vice versa. If you sound like a woman, you should probably look like a woman, or at least something gender neutral. Now, this helps for the sake of like immersion, and obviously focuses on keeping gender consistent with avatars. So it should always be like that anyway, but you get the idea. You should use an avatar that suits you. So if you're a dude with like a deep manly voice, there's just no way, shape, or form that some little anime girl is gonna fit for you. Like, you know that, alright? It's disturbing and it shatters immersion. Alright? That's never a good thing, so shame on you. Now, the female avatars in this game, in my personal opinion, typically are beautiful works of art, but your man voice quickly ruins them. Damn. It's a nice looking model you got there.
You like it?
You gonna say anything? And all, just for the record, boys, all mutes are dudes. All mutes are dudes.
Oh yeah, totally.